Greetings. My name is Garrett Elford, and I serve as pastor at Christ Lutheran Church in Eden Prairie. I'm glad to be able to share some information with you that hopefully you will find enlightening and perhaps also exciting. As you may or may not know, some area church leaders from our fellowship have met and discussed the possibility of mission work in the nearby city of Carver. There are some good reasons for us to be thinking about and talking about this. First, here is a map of the southwest metro area. Hopefully you can see the green star near the center of the map. That's the city of Carver. Each of the blue circles with a cross inside is a church in our fellowship. Notice how there are several to the east, northeast, and south of Carver, but you have to travel far to the west of Carver to get to the next church of our fellowship in that direction. Also, just east of Carver is the Minnesota River, a natural barrier between the city of Carver and our churches to the east of that city. Yet this isn't all the information that is helpful to know. Look at this map of the city of Carver, with the churches of Carver marked. A couple of those are actually marked twice for the same church. That's just a fluke of Google Maps. As you look at this map, you can see that there are not a lot of churches currently in Carver. For a comparison, look at the churches in the nearby city of Chaska. There's a lot of Christian churches there. And here is a map of the churches in Eden Prairie. And here is a map of the churches in Excelsior. Now, those maps on their own do not indicate for us whether we should be taking seriously the prospect of mission work in Carver. But this next set of data does help. These are recent official projections of Carver's population growth made by the city of Carver. The current population is going toward 5,000. By 2030, that is forecasted to more than double, and to have roughly the same rate of growth, or maybe even stronger, from 2030 to 2040. Carver City also did some surveying of its residents. One of the questions they asked was, what would improve the quality of life in Carver? By far the strongest response they received was more services and shopping, more so than recreation opportunities, which got second place, or more job opportunities, or more housing options. They did not ask residents if they were interested in more churches, yet the positive reception of the idea of more services and shopping shows that the people of Carver seem to want to spend their time when they're not at work or in their homes in their city. Perhaps people want more church options within their city, not just in nearby cities and towns. If you've driven into Carver or near Carver recently, you may have seen that to the north of the city there is a megachurch that has bought land and plans to build their big church soon. This is no reason to think that further Christian mission work in Carver is unnecessary, as there are many people who are interested in going to a Christian church but don't like the idea of a big megachurch where they might not be seen and where they're suspicious of being entertained and treated like a consumer. I'm not mentioning this to put down megachurches, but rather to point out that there still is a small number of distinct Christian churches serving the city of Carver. Look again at the map of the southwest metro area, with Minneapolis on the northeast end of the map. There is an area where the Wells is not doing work, and very few others are doing work to bring the gospel. What do you see when you look at that? Are you seeing a big plot of land? What is God seeing? He's seeing souls there now, and many more in the near future, that will be living in Carver, but possibly not hearing his beautiful good news of forgiveness in his Son. So here's what we have. We have a bunch of churches in our fellowship that surround Carver. And we have a district mission board, which includes some pastors and lay people in our Minnesota district who oversee and support mission opportunities. One of the lay members of the board, Dave Sauer, is a member of my church, Christ in Eden Prairie. We have these entities that are pondering Carver, but it's more than that. These churches are made up of people. It's not just church entities that are pondering Carver, but rescued human beings who get to ponder mission work in Carver. Maybe you, as an individual or as a family, are poised to be a part of this. It's exciting to think about and make plans about. And guess what? You're not alone. Here are some ideas of how to keep the ball rolling on this. We can discuss at each nearby congregation in our fellowship how involved that congregation can and should get. We can discover which families in these congregations want to get involved. We can go door to door in Carver, surveying the people who live there to get to know them more and understand their spiritual and other needs. All in all, what I'm encouraging you to do is to share as a congregation, talk about in your family, and pray to the Lord about what might we do in Carver. Let me know what comes up, and let's not lose any time before we consider what we might do in Carver. Here is my contact info, along with the contact info for that local district mission board member, Dave Sauer. God bless you today and always.